If you're doing spells, but you're not protecting your energy first, you could be draining yourself and attracting the wrong energy and not even realizing it. And this is something most beginner witchers don't learn until something feels off. And with the energy in the Libra pink full moon that actually just peaked last night at 10:12 p.m., this is actually the perfect time to talk about balance, boundaries, and protecting your energy. So tonight we're going to change that. So welcome everyone and welcome back to Witch Talk Live. I'm Aurora Moon, a spiritual guide, teacher of the craft, and creator of the Witches of Eastview. And this is where we gather every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for real witches, real conversations, and real community. So now tonight we are going to step into something that every witch needs, but so many skip over, and that is protection magic. So let me ask you something. Have you ever done a spell and then felt completely drained afterwards? I have. Or maybe your mood has shifted and your energy felt heavy or things just felt off. That's not coincidence. That's what happens when we practice magic without protecting ourselves first. And this is something I see all the time, especially with beginner witches. We get excited and we start working with candles, herbs, oils, and we set intentions and we jump right in. But before I forget one of the most important parts of the craft, which is protecting your energy or our energy, I want to be very clear about something. Protection magic is not about fear. It's about expecting something bad to happen. And it's not about thinking something is always out to get you. Or sorry, I should say it's not about expecting something bad to happen. And it's not about thinking something is always going to get you. Protection magic is about being energetically sovereign. It's about choosing what enters your space, your body, your energy field, and what you don't. And that's because whether you realize it or not, you are the energy. And you are constantly interacting with energies, people's emotions, environments, intentions, even your own thought. And if you're practicing magic on top of that, then you are amplifying that interaction. So protection magic isn't about becoming or it's so how do I say this? Protection becomes less of an option and more of a foundation, I guess, right? Because we want to make sure that, well, kind of like locking your front door at night, you also need to protect your energetic one. So one of the biggest mistakes that I see as beginner, because I was there once too, is that we want to jump straight into our spell work without any kind of protection or grounding. We maybe rely completely on our tools without understanding what those tools are actually meant to do. Because those tools are just simply amplifiers. Because candles don't create magic, herbs don't create magic. You do. Your intentions, your energy, and your focus is what and where that power comes from. The tools just are supporting it. They're amplifying it. They're just a tool. And if your energy is ungrounded, unprotected, or scattered, then that is what you're amplifying. So tonight we're talking about how to simplify protection magic because it doesn't have to be complicated. There are different ways of protecting yourself and your energy. You don't need to do them all at once, but you do need to start somewhere. You can protect yourself personally, which means your aura, your body, your energy field. You can protect your home, your space, your environment, the place where you rest and practice. And you can protect yourself spiritually, especially before doing any kind of spell work or ritual. And the beautiful thing is, some of those most powerful protection practices are also the simplest. You don't need a full altar. You don't need expensive tools. You don't need to overcomplicate it. You can start right now with your own energy. So what I want you to do right now is I want you to get comfortable and just take a moment with me to close your eyes, take a deep breath in and slowly release it out. And now I want you to imagine a light surrounding your body. This light can be white, be gold, purple, whatever feels right for you. And as you breathe, This light begins to expand. It surrounds you completely like a shield. Nothing can enter this space unless you allow it to. This is your energy. This is your boundary, and you are in control of it. Take another deep breath in. And as you exhale, I want you to silently or even softly say to yourself, I am protected. I am grounded. I am in control of my energy. And when you're ready, gently bring your awareness back. Right there, that's protection magic. There was no tools, no setup, no complexity, just intention, energy, and awareness. Now, if you do like working with physical tools, there are many simple ways to bring protection into your daily life. Salt is one of the oldest and most powerful forms of protection. That's why witches use it to cast circles. You can place it in a bowl. You can put maybe small bowls of salt in the corners of your home, near doorways, or just keep it near your space. You can work with you can work with herbs like rosemary, bay leaves, garlic. You can use oils like frankincense, sandalwood, patchouli. And I always say this, your kitchen is already a witch's apothecary. And now I want to give you something you can actually do. So the first one we did without having any tools. This one is simple. It's a powerful protection candle spell that you can actually do tonight. I'm not going to do along with you because I'm going to set off the fire alarms if I do. But you can do this at any time that you feel like it or that you feel that you need to. And all you need is a candle. This can be a white candle for purity, a black candle for protection. You can even use a tea light if that's all you have. And if you don't have a real candle, which I can't up here. Where's my candle? There we go. You can have one that's battery operated. So magic is about intention. It's not perfection. So whether or not you're lighting a flame or turning on a switch, your intention is what activates it. So when you're ready, just sit in a quiet space and you're going to hold your candle in your hands and take a deep breath in and out. And now you're going to set your intention clearly. And you can say something like this. I call protection into my space. Only what is meant for me may enter. All else is blocked, returned, and released. Now, if you're using a real candle, you can light it slowly and intentionally. And as the flame rises, see it as your protection growing stronger and stronger. If you're using a battery candle, just turn it on with the same intention. By turning it on, you're turning on the protection, you're turning on the power. So let that light represent your energy and your protection switching on. Now you can sit with that light for a moment. You can visualize it expanding beyond your candle. And you can do this with your plug-in or your battery operated one, whichever you have. It doesn't matter. And you are going to create barriers by only allowing what aligns with you. You're going to feel your space, your home, your energy field, all that. And you are going to let this candle burn safely for a while. If you're using a battery candle, leave it on as a symbol of ongoing protection. And when you're ready to close it, simply say, my space is protected. My energy is my own. And trust that is done. And before we close tonight, which it doesn't feel like we've been on very long, I do want to take a moment to honor the energy that we're currently in. Because last night we did experience the pink full moon in Libra at 10:12. And Libra is all about balance, harmony, relationships, and boundaries. So this is the perfect time to check in with yourself. Where have you been giving too much of your energy? Where do you need stronger boundaries? And just becoming aware of that is already powerful. And here's the most important part I want you to take with you tonight, because protection is not about being afraid of the world. It's not about walking around thinking something is always wrong. It's about owning your space within it. It's about knowing that your energy is yours and you get to decide who and what aligns with it. You're not fragile, you are powerful. And protection simply reminds the world of that. So, if tonight resonated with you, start small. Choose one practice, one moment in your day where you check in with your energy, where you set a boundary, where you protect your space, and build from there. And if you're ready to go deeper, then you can join us every Thursday night at 8 p.m. for our Real Witches, Real Conversations, and Real Community. And I'm going to maybe take some questions tonight because I have not been feeling well these past couple weeks. So I have not been tuning myself in or staying on very long enough to answer any of your questions. Pink salt is very good, Jay. You can use any type of salt. You can use any type of rosemary. Rosemary. You can use so many things. And remember, if you don't have anything and you only have rosemary, rosemary on its own is a universal herb that you can use throughout. You can use it as your protection. Where else am I going with this? You can also, and I've mentioned this before, that when you do a practice or when you do your protection bubble, you can add mirrors. If you're really sensitive to energy, you can use mirrors and visualize them on the outside facing outward so that if anybody's coming at you, it just bounces back. And that's one of the most important things that you can do as an empath. Believe me, I've tried not doing it and it doesn't work. I do it every morning and it happens automatically because I don't think about it anymore. Because if you get into the habit of doing that, you'll realize that that alone makes you feel better each morning. And you might want to do it at nighttime too. Sometimes doing it twice a day, if you work in a field where it's very energetically draining on you, do it as often as you need. You're on break, take a few moments and check in with your bubble. Check in to make sure that you are in tune, that you are aligned, that you are feeling protected in your energy space. And if you don't feel that you're feeling protected, then do it again, especially for an empath, because we're so sensitive and we always feel that we need to take on the world and everybody else's energy. And we're not, it's not ours. So if you start recognizing what is yours, this is actually going to be the perfect way of recognizing what is your energy and what's not. Because when you clear yourself every day and you get into the habit of doing it every single day, then you get into the habit of having that shield. And the more you do that, the more clear you become. So does anybody have any questions before I leave for tonight? I feel like I should make some of these a little longer. Either that or I'm talking too fast. What are your thoughts? Hello, Katie. Absolutely. If you, Jay, if you are talking about any house chores, make it better with magic. Absolutely. You can add, and you might want to do this prior to, but if you take rosemary, fresh rosemary, garlic, and salt and boil it in water, you can actually do it with a little bit of a squeeze of lemon too to purify. You put that in water, you boil it. And then you strain it so you don't actually put the rosemary, because the rosemary can get clogged in a spray bottle. So if you put your salt, your rosemary, your garlic, and what did I say? Lemon, a little squeeze of lemon. Did I miss an ingredient? You can put vinegar in for the cleaning power. But you want to boil it first, let it boil, then drain it out so that you just have the liquid, so nothing gets clogged. And then you can use that for your floors. Okay, now, depending on what you're cleaning, salts might not be an option. That some salt, well, I don't want to say some salts. You just want to make sure you boil it because some salt will leave a cakey feeling on your floors, depending on what kind of floors you have. You don't want to tarnish anything, okay? But you can, and don't use cinnamon for anything like that because it does. Cinnamon is very strong. It can actually strip wood. If you're trying to get rid of paint on anything, will do it. But usually lemon, garlic, rosemary, boiled with a dash, yeah, with a dash of salt to purify and protect. You can even use ground up eggshells. For those of you who are not in a position to use maybe salt as a circle, maybe you have pets, maybe you have plants, you're outside and you don't want to wreck the grass, use eggshells, crush them up. My trick is putting them in a grinder. That way, like in a coffee grinder, grind them really, really fine and use it as a very, very fine line. And that works amazing for a replacement salt if you don't have salt, okay? I collect my eggshells. I've got so many eggshells. But I use a coffee grinder so it gets really, really fine because some people can't get it to a really fine powder just using a mortar and pestle. So you want to use something that grinds up really good. And if you want to use it for outside, that will actually be a fertilizer to some of those plants. So it's actually good. Let me see. You can use vinegar and lemon and rosemary as well, and let that steep. And you want that to steep. If you're going to use vinegar, you can use vinegar, lemon, and rosemary and steep it for a few weeks, changing it every once in a while, every couple of days, back and forth to make sure, and then strain it that way, and then save it. It looks like, honestly, it looks like urine afterwards, but it's amazing for facials. That's the only thing that I use on my face, guys. It's not just me it's not just me being an 800-year-old witch feeding off of the lives of toxic men, which that sounds very good right now. But it works on your skin too. And that's why I look so young. I get it all the time. So if you wonder what my trick is, it's because I use lemon, rosemary, and vinegar on my face, steeped. I rub it in. I don't use any moisturizer. I don't need to. It leaves my skin, honestly, amazing and clean and fresh. And I do it every morning, every night. On my neck too, works amazing. But these are great ways of protecting yourself. And remember, it's so simple, guys. You can bring in as many things as you want. But if you don't have the tools, if you don't have the money, don't think that you need to have all these fancy ingredients to offer yourself protection in your house. That goes for any nasty neighbors, that goes for any co-workers, anything like that. You can use all those things on its own. Sage. You can smudge some sage, and you can even boil some sage and use it in a spray later on too. Again, with vinegar. Vinegar acts as a preservative, so it doesn't get moldy, just so you guys know. Apple cider vinegar works too. Some people prefer apple cider vinegar. I just use regular white vinegar. It works very well. Let's see. Does anybody have any questions before I go? And thank you all so much for coming on. I really appreciate you all. It's like you guys are my friends away from home type idea. That makes any sense. Oh, and can you see my little protection outfit tonight? It's a Hogwarts. And hold on, I got my little witchy hat. Look at it. I had to show you because I love it. I got it at Christmas time. What is my favorite? What charm? Hold on. What is my favorite simple charm? Is that what I'm seeing? What's your favorite simple, Jay? Oh, simple charm. Okay. What's my favorite simple charm? A moon. I have moon necklaces. I have actually I wear a lot of my if I'm wearing anything around my neck for protection, I wear either a pentagram. As you can see, I have my tattoo is a pentagram. So I did this with the intention when I was designing it because this is mine. So this is the intention to keep me protected, always protected. Doesn't matter where I am, I'm always protected. And I feel that because that's the intention that I put into my tattoo. But I love Lilith. Lilith is about empowerment. And we will get on to topics like this, just so you guys know. Is my best protective object? I probably would say some crystals. My selenite. I have it downstairs. I have 2 offices now, guys. I have one upstairs and one downstairs. One downstairs I'm going to be doing magic from, and up here I'm going to be doing my my Witch Talk Lives, which is more of a podcast. I'm going to, and just so you guys know, I have cleared out so much of my channel. I remember telling you guys a couple weeks ago that I reached 11 million views, and I did. And I deleted everything. And some people would think that I'm crazy for doing that. However, it is going to be a lot easier for you guys to find everything. I've got guided meditations. I've got regular meditations, so that it's just music. I've got witchy music that you can listen to if you need something for rituals. I've got my spell work. I've got my live that we do here that's in a separate playlist so that you guys can go over anything that we've already covered. And what else do I have? And I have my shorts will be bringing up into what I do. And some of them I do that are funny. That's just my personality, guys. Anything that makes me laugh and happy, I do it. You want to do some spring magic? I can definitely bring in some spring magic. I can do we will be getting into more magic, guys, just so you know. This is a good start. I want to make sure that everything that we do is kind of in order, so you know about protection, you know about being empathetic or narcissistic. You want to know about whether or not how to work with the moon. These are all topics that we've already covered, and you can check back into the Witch Talk Lives if you've missed any or you need a refresher. And any spells that I have done in the past, as you can see, I'm working on lighting in here so it's not so dark for you guys to see me. And I think I finally have it. And I'm getting a new microphone, so you guys should be able to hear me a lot more clearly. But things are changing here, and I want to make sure that it's the most authentic and sacred space that you guys can come to without any judgment. I don't want to see any judgment on here. Everybody practices differently, and that's what I'm about. I'm about chaos, and I do things a lot differently than what other witches are going to do, and it works for me. So I'm just teaching what works with me. If it resonates, great. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I am so glad you guys are all here. To welcome in change. Absolutely, Jay. Thank you. I'm just looking at all your comments here. My protective object. I'm going to say it would be, no, hold on a second. I said selenite. No, you guys have heard me say this before. Do you remember? Black kyanite. Black kyanite is my absolute favorite. It keeps me grounded. It keeps me shielded. And because I'm so sensitive, it has been the only crystal that I don't have to cleanse. I don't have to charge. It does it automatically on its own. It keeps these chakras in alignment, and it keeps me so clear, especially if I go into any heavy situations. So if you need a crystal recommendation for protection, black kyanite it is. I love blue kyanite, but I find black is more grounding for me, and that works better for me. But I've tried both, and I love both, but that's my favorite. But if you guys don't have any questions for tonight, please let me know how your experience goes with your protection. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comments below. I will get back to you. If you haven't joined my Facebook group already, come on over. I'm over there. Not necessarily all the time, but I keep it I keep it under wraps. No, I check in. I do check in, but I make sure that I keep this page going, and I make sure that there's new content for you guys to go, and that you can go at your own pace. So that's what these videos are meant to do, is to give you the opportunity to practice at your own pace, and to be able to keep yourself a folder if you need to review back, because these aren't going anywhere. So all my old content, you're going to see all the changes from back few years to up till now. I've grown so much with subscribers, so I'm hoping that our coven gets bigger and bigger as we go. I really hope that starts to happen. And you know what? You guys are amazing. You have been all supportive of each other. I've never seen any problems in this group at all. Same thing with my Facebook group. You guys are all amazing. And I'm so glad that I have gotten to know so many of you personally. Katie, your book should be on its way. Let me know when you get it. But thank you very much for your letter. I just wanted to let you know that I did receive your letter, and it's the sweetest thing. And I'm so grateful for you. And I forgot to send you a letter in it, because I wanted to write you a letter and send it with it, and I totally forgot to put it in. So I will write you personally on the side to let you know how much I appreciate you. But your books are signed. Your books are signed. I made sure of that. But anyways, witches, I love you all so much. And just keep those questions coming. Give me ideas for episodes that you want to see, and I will make sure that I deliver in a timely fashion. But for tonight, I will let you guys go, and I will see you later. So ciao for now, witches.